Yes.
It requires you to learn these moves and create your own. I love it. This game is great. We've had so many good fights.
Like 4 years running, I remember once in junior high,
all the time
playing this thing, my ass would get handed to me every time, but the game was so pretty. The game was so pretty.
Beautiful.
And just losing looked awesome.
Yes.
So, well, at least when
I
you fought
didn't see it
him.
very much.
Yeah, because you kept winning. Asshole. But there's definitely another great step. It's broader now. Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter. The universe just got broadened. That's what they did. More characters, more stages. Graphics are more fluid. Again, good music.
Great game. I mean, soundtrack stayed pretty intact with the original game, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But the new characters they add in, they didn't feel out of place at all,
Yeah.
and their music also went. And don't be fooled. I mean, I said this is the cream of the crop. You can also get a very decent port of this on the PlayStation 1. But this is what you need if you're a Sega man.
Yeah.
If you're a PlayStation man, I suggest you pick that version up. I mean, it has its tweaks, but
Still definitely playable.
It's still very playable.
Yes.
For instance, one of the difference, if you need to know, is that in this game, one of your characters loses, you just switch out. In the PlayStation version, in the versus match, your character loses, that's it. You can't switch out. The other guy pretty much assists characters.
Yeah.
That was a big change. People didn't like that.
Didn't have enough memory. The PlayStation
Not enough
1
memory.
didn't have, and the Sega Saturn had a memory cartridge.
That's right.
That increased its memory. So this is how this game was a powerhouse when it first came out. That the Sega Saturn, which is
A 2D system.
a super 2D system, still needed help with. So that's the perfect port. Also available for the PlayStation 1. Either port is fine, but if you're an enthusiast like I am, you want the perfect port. So
Yes.
there's no excuse when you're losing.
Nah.
So that's why I can't talk trash whenever I lose.
Excellent.
And I lose a lot.
He doesn't lose as much, but you know what?
Only one playing him.
He's pretty good.
Oh man.
He's pretty good.
Could it get better? It did get better.
So we're gonna be talking about Alicia Keys' album. I know this was a mean stretch.
This is what we played when we played the game.
This is what we have on when we play this game. You know, I think Alicia Keys is very hot. I recommend a movie to you. This is hip-hop gamer, but we recommend movies. If you like Alicia Keys, you should check out Smoking Aces. The first one. But enough about Alicia Keys. Let's talk about Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh man.
Let's talk about Marvel vs. Capcom. This game just broadened the universe. Instead of just being restricted to Street Fighter,
Now it's Capcom.
Now it's Capcom opening a world of whoop ass, which was great. Oh man, when this game came out for the Dreamcast originally,
Yeah.
it was superb. I heard about it. Everyone was playing it. Saw it in arcades. Wasted, I'm pretty sure, hundreds of dollars, quarters playing this. This was the game. The cream of the crop for this game, however, is the Dreamcast version,
Yeah.
but the PlayStation version does not pale in comparison. It plays very well. I mean, the frame rate issues,
A few,
not
much.
many, not very noticeable.
At this point, I'm sure Capcom got
Yeah.
better at porting these things.
Yes.
And then did a better job on the PlayStation 1 version.
That's correct.
But again, if you want the perfect, seamless
You're
experience,
gonna need the Dreamcast.
you need the Dreamcast version. This game was big. This game was big. It brought back favorites, introduced some new Mega Man.
ones.
Mega Man is finally in the game.
Mega Man, Captain Commando.
Captain
Where's he been?
Commando.
Where's he been?
Gambit.
Who did?
They brought Gambit.
And I liked what they did with this game. They had this assist system, and there was characters that weren't playable,
Yeah.
but they do have their moves because they were in previous games.
Yes.
And I like that quite a bit because with all the assist characters that you have, so many ways of changing up your
A lot
strategy.
of variety. It really makes you feel like you didn't get gypped by all those characters
correct.
not being in the
Yes.
game. But it worked. It worked
very
definitely
well.
worked. Bigger, brighter, more fluid. Air combos now, they give you
Yes.
that close
They got a little close up now. When you do an air combo, the camera zooms in depending on how bad you're kicking his ass off the floor. You know what I mean? It's great. It's gonna look great in the Dreamcast version, not so much in the PlayStation version, because you really see how pixelated it looks as it closes up to the character models.
Yeah.
But it still gets the job done very well, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Got a PlayStation? I suggest you pick this up.
Definitely.
If you have a Dreamcast, if you still do, I suggest you get this for the Dreamcast because it's gonna be a better experience. But overall, in both systems, you're gonna be getting a great experience.
And another great installment in the Versus series.
That's correct. New moves as well.
Yes.
Some characters were taken out, but like for instance, you know, Ken and Akuma were in the original 2, but they added a move where Ryu changes his whole style up and becomes Ken or Akuma that takes a special dodge. So you know, if you have some of those favorites, like you like Ken or Akuma, they might not be in the game, but if you pick Ryu and you change up, you can become those characters.
Great way to save space, Capcom.
Good way to save space.
That's when you knew what you were doing.
And keep some favorites. Capcom knew what it was doing
back then
with this game. This game, it's great.
Yes.
I recommend it to anyone. Also, a very good album. Songs in the Mirror. I recommend it to anyone.
Yeah.
But the game, good.
My original case broke. Stop riding me, okay?
Oh, this is Hip Hop Gamer, homie. This is a Hip Hop Gamer. We talking about music too. They seen the intro.
That's right, but
like if you don't listen to Alicia Keys because you two gangsters, don't watch our show. Cause we're repping for the nerds.
Yeah.
All right.
Nerds. We're repping for the nerds.
Alicia Keys can sing.
Man, alright, next game. Could it get better? Maybe. Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Now this is a very interesting story.
Oh boy.
Apparently, Capcom was losing the rights to some of the Marvel characters, and this Versus franchise was doing very well.
Yes, it was.
So they decide, you know, we're about to lose this. Let's just make a big fucking game.
Throw everybody in it.
Everyone in it.
Last ditch effort. Let's milk it dry.
Now this game was great, but it was an omen of things to come. It was an omen of things to come.
Okay, let's stick to the game. One of the things was there's pros and cons. Pros, huge roster.
Yes, very huge roster.
Huge. Cons, not very balanced roster.
Not balanced indeed. Cable was a lot of people's favorites.
Oh man.
I got Cable a lot. You know, a lot of fights. And especially with this new version that has now come on the PS3 with online capabilities, still getting a lot of Cable.
Yeah.
Game hasn't been balanced, just looks better now.
Yeah, it just looks better.
But yeah, you know, it doesn't really stop the game from being great because it plays very good.
Yeah.
But if you are someone who likes some of the the Let's Pick characters, or you like the original games, you might have a difficult time with some of the projectile characters in this game, because this game, as my friend said, is not balanced. The characters have just been thrown in.
That's right.
To have a big roster, but it's not balanced. So if you're losing, it might not be your fault.
Yeah,
so don't feel too bad.
Too overpowered. Sentinel even in this game. And then Thanos.
Thanos, yes.
Come on, man.
That was ridiculous.
Another thing. The backgrounds. The stages.
Yes. The stages. Yeah,
what the fuck is up?
Capcom, what were you doing? You half-assed that?
The
music. I don't want to be listening to elevator music slicing somebody up.
It's elevator music.
Slicing somebody up. You know, there's time when the music stands out. They might have a little jazz riff here. You're getting down to, but like it's not setting the mood for the fight at all.
We're getting down. We're fighting that with button sweat and tears, doing crazy button configurations. See a big clown in the back, man.
A clown. I want to see clowns and hear elevator music with clowns while slashing the motherfucker.
That's like it's a last ditch
effort. I mean, I'm listening to some smooth. I love music as much as next guy, but I want to hear some smooth shit while I'm fucking somebody up.
I was jealous when it first came out because it was only available for the Dreamcast. Because there's no way PlayStation 1
couldn't handle it at the time. Yeah.
And I was a bit jealous, but then not really, because the game itself, like I said,
was lacking.
It was lacking, man. And damn.
But you know what? It is far from not having a good time.
No, you can still have a good time.
Definitely gonna have a good time. A lot of characters to choose from.
Damn.
Some Street Fighter Alpha characters were thrown up in there from Part 3. You know, some of the originals from the other Versus series came back, like Marvel Superhero Children of Atom. Like you got a roster. If you're looking for a game with variety of people to pick, this is your game.
This is your game.
This is your game.